Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, I'm glad you guys enjoyed last episode discussing subtle signs that your health is in trouble. And for many of you, in communicating with you guys over the Acupuncture is My Life app, and by the way, if you don't already own it, download it. It's free at your app store. I'm glad to find some of what I discussed really rang alarms, and you guys, are going to look into it. There were a few of you guys, we discussed hemorrhoids, and one individual I'm so glad I was able to help is he's noticed changes in handwriting, and I referred him to an acupuncturist in the Acupuncture is My Life network in Barcelona. So I hope things go well for him, and he'll be seeing a specialist, a physician, an MD as well. But download the app. I mean, you can't go wrong owning that app. You really, really, really can't. But, I'll do one more part because I'm glad to hear that, like I said, some of these signs many of you were facing and you had no clue, you were ignoring it, and the fact that I brought it up has really triggered you guys to seek medical help. But another one that you should think about if you're experiencing this is a nagging, annoying, persistent cough. Especially that dry one that just out of nowhere you just cough. It just leads to incessant coughing, and it's just, oh my gosh, doesn't stop. Now, it doesn't always mean this, but it can be a sign of lung cancer. If you develop a cough, let's say, that won't go away, and you don't have allergies or sinus issues or asthma, it can be a sign of lung cancer. Especially, let's say if it's accompanied with hoarseness, like you have a hoarse voice after your coughing fit, it can be cancer of the larynx or even the throat. So, and what's interesting, sometime in the near future, I'm going to do an episode discussing signs that your lungs are in trouble. Okay? Because I've gotten, not a lot, but I've gotten some questions regarding the lungs. So I'll do an episode on that. All right? But if you notice an annoying, incessant cough, dry cough especially, it's time to see an acupuncturist. I mean, it's time to see an acupuncturist anyway, along with seeing a physician on an annual basis for annual checkups, blood work, urinalysis, maybe even EKG if you get a little flutter in the heart, whatever the case may be. But see a physician annually. Doesn't hurt. But definitely make regular wellness visits with an acupuncturist. Okay? Now, another one is, and this is a little off, and it crossed my mind a couple hours ago, and I said I'll discuss this point in today's podcast. Is, do you ever experience difficulty managing your finances? Now I'll go to A to the letter Y and say, this is a sign that your brain can be aging faster than you are. Okay? This can definitely be a sign that your brain is aging faster than you are. you could possibly be developing Alzheimer's, whereas Alzheimer's tends to develop in the brain's cortex. And that's the area that it includes thinking and planning and remembering things. It's really starting to shrivel up. So begin asking yourself a few questions like, what's 20% of $110? Which of course the answer should be 22. But just do some basic math. And tell me what you come up with over the Acupuncture My Life app, because I know I just got a lot of you guys. I know some of you guys like, how are we going to tell you? No, don't call to tell me the answer. We have to deal with patience, but download the app, message me. I'm here for you guys. But what's happening here is how well or how fast are you computing certain things, putting things together, remembering things. Okay. It's definitely something to think about. But now, another sign that, your health is in trouble, snoring. And so many of you guys, snoring is kind of known as sleep apnea, but it can be a sign of cardiovascular disease. And, individuals that suffer, let's say, from sleep apnea, let's just stick with snoring. It can be tied to the thickening of carotid arteries in your neck, which is a precursor to stroke or even a heart attack. Okay? So keep that in mind. Because the arteries in your neck are going to react to the vibration of you snoring, because it's very close to your throat. But I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to get deep into that. You sit with an acupuncturist and discuss that. You can even discuss that with a physician. They'll explain it to you. But because you snore, you should not take that lightly. You shouldn't take it lightly at all. You have to understand something. Health is wealth. All right? Your health is where the wealth is. The wealth isn't in your wallet or your pocket or your purse. It's definitely not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's not under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. The wealth is not in the bank. It's not in the safe. And the wealth definitely is not in a cryptocurrency account or an app on your phone. The wealth is in you. That is where the wealth is. Let me ask you something else. Do you ever experience any unexplained bleeding? Like you cough up blood, or there's a sudden sign of vaginal bleeding, or there's blood in your stool or your urine or nipple discharge. In that case, we may want to seek emergency care. And then after that, get to an acupuncturist right away, because coughing up blood can be a sign of lung cancer. Unusual vaginal bleeding can be a sign of endometrial cancer or cervical cancer. Blood in the stool can be a sign of rectal cancer or colon cancer. Blood in your urine can be a sign of kidney cancer or bladder cancer. Or even blood in your nipple discharge can be a sign of breast cancer. Now, here at Acupuncture My Life, we see tons of cancer patients. And we work a lot with cancer specialists. You see, you can't go wrong making acupuncture a part of your life. You really can't. Another sign is impotence. Erectile dysfunction and heart disease, more times than not, go hand in hand. So sometimes the arteries that's in a male's penis, they're small. They're the smallest arteries in the entire body. So a lot of times they can become blocked before a man begins to present with obvious signs of heart disease. You suffer from impotence. You want to see a cardiologist, and then you want to get to an acupuncturist. Cardiologist, for those that are unaware, is a heart specialist. All right? You want to keep this in mind. Also, another sign that your health could be in trouble is like inflamed gums. Are your gums inflamed? You're suffering from gum disease, which can increase a person's risk of heart disease by up to 25%. So many of you guys are unaware of that. Heart disease or even type 2 diabetes. Yeah. So you got to see the dentist at least every 6 months. I've heard of individuals going years without seeing a dentist. Insane. No. Not cool. Not even just heart disease, because an acupuncturist, I mean, what it does, it shows that there's something wrong in the stomach. But I'll let you sit with an acupuncturist about that. But what about constantly running to the bathroom and urinate? Could be a sign of type 2 diabetes. What's your thirst levels? Forgetting people's names. Now, that could simply be due to stress or fatigue, but it can also indicate hypothyroidism. You know, when a person's feeling as if their brain is feeling fuzzy. You know, when your thyroid isn't emitting the thyroid hormone, everything tends to slow down. They'll still feel tired after getting a good night's sleep, constantly feel foggy. Could be due to an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism. Something to think about. But oh my gosh, you know, coming up, got some cool health topics that I'm gonna like jump deep into. But in the meantime, you know, download the app. It's in your best interest to download the app. And not only that, it's in your best interest to make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?